Hey there, it's Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to you and your family. Health, guys, health, happiness, and a lot of winners. Lots of winners. Today we got 5 games on the schedule, the classic NBA Christmas schedule. Uh, Games starting early, going on all night, one game after the other. We're going to check out each one of the games. I'm going to give you guys my best looks and picks for all the action. I'm going to try to play Santa today. I'm trying to play Santa, give you guys some gifts. So let's check out this action, guys. Make some money on this Christmas. Let's go. All right, first game of the day. We got San Antonio going to Madison Square Garden taking on the Knicks. The Knicks are currently 9-point home favorites, 223.5 the total. Keep in mind, guys, I'm recording this video a little early, so the lines are subject to change. San Antonio, they've won 3 out of their last 5 games. They're coming off a 6-point loss to Philly. What was interesting, guys, from that game, it looks like Victor Wembanyama is he's learning the tricks and trades of the game. He managed to bait Joel Embiid into a foul, which was obviously a flop. Joel Embiid lost it. He went crazy, ended up getting ejected from the game after he was going off on the refs. Actually, it looks like he gave Embiid a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. We know Joel Embiid is the king of flopping. In my opinion, he is the king of flopping. New York Knicks, they've won 4 straight. 4 straight. They've been at home for a while, comfortable at home. Used to playing on Christmas Day, guys. This is going to be I think their 4th straight year playing on Christmas, whereas the San Antonio Spurs haven't played since the Tim Duncan days, which means 2016. I just looked it up. San Antonio, their last game in 2016. We know they're a very young team, which means none of the players on the current roster, I think, have played on Christmas. Other than, I'm guessing, Chris Paul, maybe Harrison Barnes. They're the veterans, but the majority of the players, first time playing on Christmas, bright lights, Madison Square Garden. I think this is going to make a difference in this game, guys. I think it's going to make a difference. I think the Knicks can capitalize on that, take advantage. I'm going to take the Knicks here with the -9, my first pick of the night. All right, second game today, we got Minnesota and Dallas taking on the Mavs. Mavs currently 5-point home favorites, 221 the total. Guys, to be honest, this was the toughest game for me to handicap out of the 5 today. I think the number on the side and the total both are extremely sharp. I was looking at it from a bunch of different angles, but I just couldn't really come up with anything, guys, to be honest. The only thing I was looking at kind of caught my attention was on the player props. I'm looking at Julius Randle. I know that he's from Dallas. He's from Dallas, so him playing on Christmas Day back home is a big game for him, which I think is bad news for Minnesota. I think so far, I know he's been putting the ball in the basket, been pretty good on offensive, but I've seen a bunch of clips with him on defense. Been very lethargic. Doesn't really look to be putting that much effort on the defensive end. Also, um, he has been a bit of a black hole. Doesn't really pass the ball that much. Looking to score a lot of points on his own, which I think could hurt Minnesota. So if I were to lean on a side here, I'd probably go with Dallas. Even though this does look like the obvious play, Minnesota has been struggling, 3 straight losses. Dallas on a 2-game winning streak. But man, I don't know. Just Minnesota. I think as we go forward, they are going to put things together and be one of the top teams in the West. You just never know when that's going to happen. Um, Having tough betting against them, but I think the side here, if I were to go one way, it would be with Dallas in the -5. The only thing that's really caught my attention is on the player props. I was looking at Julius Randle, his numbers at 20.5 points. Um, I think he is going to have a lot of pressure. People in the family, friends in the stands, and everything. Usually, that's not really. Usually, it doesn't really help players out. So, if anything, guys, I'd probably look for a player prop bet. Julius Randle under the 20.5. If I had to go with something in this game, probably be that. Even though I think overall, I'm probably going to stay away completely from this game. I just had a really, really tough handicapping this game right here. But if I had to go with the side, I'd probably lean towards a play with Dallas. All right, third game of the schedule, we got Philly and Boston taking on the Celtics. Celtics currently 8.5-point home favorites, 222 the total. This line opened with Boston favored by 10. That was yesterday. It dropped a point and a half. Check the injury report, and I see the Celtics up to some tricks, some of their old tricks. We see the injury report: Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jason Tatum, all on the list. Jason Tatum did miss the last game. That was in Orlando a couple of nights ago. The Celtics' second loss in 3 games. Complete collapse for Boston. They were up pretty handily in the first half, but in the second half, completely fell apart. Actually made a run in the final couple minutes, but fell just short, 108 to 104 against Orlando Magic team that's very good at home, but without Banchero and both Wagner brothers. So that was a pretty bad loss for Boston. And now the Philadelphia 76ers, they've won three out of their last five. They're coming off a win against the San Antonio Spurs at home, a 5-point win. Joel Embiid got ejected in that game. He actually lost his marbles when Victor Wembanyama baited him into a foul. That was obviously a flop. Joel Embiid went absolutely berserk, started going off on the refs, and he got ejected. But Philly did hold on and get the win slowly but surely, guys. They are climbing up in the standings. They're still just 10 and 17 on the year. Still got a lot of work to do to get up in the standings. So games like this, and every game going forward is very important for Philly. And I do think, guys, this could be a Philly type of game. I think it's going to be a slow down type of game. They know that if they want to have a chance against Boston, they're going to have to drop the pace of the game. Going to have to guard the 3-point line. We know Boston is in love with shooting threes. And I think they can manage to do that, keep the game close. My lean is here with Philly. Obviously, guys, it's still early because we don't know what's going to happen with the Celtics injury report. But even if all the players do play that are on the injury report, which I do expect them to play, I still think it's going to be a slowdown type of game. I'm going to go under the total here, guys. I'm going to go the under 222. That's going to be my pick for this game. The lean is on Philly, but I don't know. I'm not really quite there just yet to pull the trigger with the plus points, but I am going to go with the under here, the 222. I think if all the players on the injury report do end up playing, this line could bump up maybe another point, 2 points, get a little bit of a better number. But I think even the 222 should be fine. I'm going to go under the points here, my pick in this game. All right, fourth game on the schedule. We got the Lakers in Golden State taking on the Warriors. Warriors are currently 4-point home favorites, 223.5 the total. Some books, guys, I see Golden State favored by 3.5. Depends on where you're looking. Now, let's look at the Lakers' recent form. The Lakers were playing some pretty good ball, guys. They were on a 3-game winning streak, but in their last game, day before yesterday, at home against Detroit, dropped that game to the Pistons by 3. Bad loss for the Lakers, who were looking pretty good, guys. Recent form was great. They were actually looking very good on the defensive end. They gave up just 110 to Memphis in the first win of the 3-game winning streak, and then they played Sacramento back-to-back, got a couple of big wins in Sacramento, and just gave up 100 points in the first game and 99 in the second. But against the Pistons, guys, they went back to their bad habits once again, gave up 117 to Detroit. 3-point loss for the Lakers. The Lakers, guys, don't have too many scoring options, so it's vital for them to perform well on the defensive end. They didn't do that against Detroit, and they took the L in that game. Golden State struggling, guys. Just one win in their last 5. After a great start to the year, we see in the standings they've dropped to 8th place, 15 and 13 on the year. Still have a positive record at home, 7 and 6. But obviously, guys, on a downtrend. They're also coming off a loss to the Indiana Pacers, a very bad loss against Indiana. Indiana was on the second night of back-to-back. Golden State was playing well early in the first half, but a late surge to close out the half by Indiana. They took an 8-point lead, managed to hold on to that lead all the way throughout the game, and gave Golden State another loss, 111 to 105. Now, guys, the Golden State Warriors and Lakers, the head-to-head matchup. The last 10 games are split, but Golden State has won the last 3. They've won the last 3. They beat the Lakers on the road on April 9th last year. That was, I think, the last game of the regular season. They beat them on March 16th. And the last time they played at home, they beat the Lakers once again, 128 to 110. They've actually owned the Lakers, guys, Golden State, when playing at home. Their only loss was that crazy game where LA won it 145 to 144. That also happened last year, a game where I remember LeBron James hit a couple free throws at the end where he got fouled. I think it was 1 or 2 overtimes, and that was the only win the Lakers got in Golden State for the last couple of years. Guys, I'm going to go with the trend here. I'm going to go with the recent trend. I didn't really like what I saw from the Lakers in that last game against Detroit. On the road, they haven't really been that great. I think Golden State, guys, the recent bad form, they could snap out of it. They got a team that they feel comfortable with playing at home. And I'm going to take Golden State here, guys. I think closer towards tip-off. We probably can get a better number. Like I said, at some books, it's at 3.5. I think closer towards tip-off. might drop, might even get a -3. But I think Golden State is a Golden State type of game here. I'll go with the home team in this game. All right, last game of the night, we got the Denver Nuggets and Phoenix taking on the Suns. The Nuggets are currently 2.5-point road favorites, 233.5 the total. The Denver Nuggets just put a beat down on Phoenix a couple of nights ago, 117-90 at home, 27-point win. Very impressive. If you take in consideration, it was the second night of a back-to-back off an overtime game. Previous night, they played overtime in New Orleans, struggled against the Pelicans hard, squeezed out a 3-point win, and then came back against a rested Phoenix team. Of course, Phoenix playing without Devin Booker, but everyone else in the lineup, Grayson Allen also missed. But still, guys, Phoenix rested. Denver, second night of back-to-back off an overtime game and ended up winning by 27. Now, in this game, Devin Booker has already been ruled out. Initially, he was supposed to miss 2 games. I was kind of surprised that they ruled him out already. It's on ESPN's front page. They want everybody to know that he's going to be out. And I think, guys, last game of the night, Devin Booker already ruled out. Short line. It looks like Denver has a good chance of getting Jamal Murray back. This line is short, guys. This looks like a recipe for disaster. I'm going to go full contrarian here, to be honest. I'm going to take Phoenix. I'm going to take Phoenix here plus the points. And I'm also expecting this to be a high-scoring game. I'm leaning towards a play on the over. So my 2 plays here, Phoenix plus the points. Don't know what the final number is going to be because if Jamal Murray gets ruled in, this will almost definitely get bumped up to a 3.5. Plus, I think public money will also be pouring in on Denver. I don't know. I've seen this play out too many times, guys. Last game of the night. I know this is going to be one-sided action here. Everyone's going to be on Denver. And I'm going to go contrarian, like I said. Phoenix plus 2.5, my play in this last game of the night. And these are my thoughts and my plays for these 5 games. My favorite out of these 5 games, 2 picks that I like the most. I like the New York Knicks at home laying the 9. I think the bright lights, Madison Square Garden, Christmas Day. I think this could be a big stage for the young players of San Antonio. I like the New York Knicks to win and cover the spread over there. I also like the total play on Philadelphia Boston. I think it's going to be slow. I'm liking the total there, but I'm going to wait closer towards tip-off. Want to see what the injury report's going to look like for the Celtics. They're up to their old tricks. I got to see what the final number is going to look there, but I like a slow pace there. I think if these players get ruled in, which I do expect them to play, I think this number will get bumped up, probably get some a little better than the 222 points, but I still think it's going to be slow paced. And depending on those results, guys, I might take a shot here with the Phoenix Suns, last game of the night, my contrarian play of the day. If my 2 plays go well, even if I split, I'll take a shot with Phoenix. I think that I don't know, the game looks a little trappy. Looks a little tricky last game of the night. I've seen this play out before. I might take a shot with Phoenix. Got to see how the first results go. But my two best plays, guys, New York and the under on Philly and Boston. And guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to wrap it up. Don't have anything much more to add. I'm going to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Be safe. Don't go too crazy on the food and the booze. Enjoy these games. Enjoy your families. And yeah, that's going to be it. So good luck, guys. And I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good one. Later.